All right, we're diving into something big today. A strategic guide for Bangladeshi businesses looking to unlock one of the world's largest markets, Brazil. We're talking about $1 billion shopping list, so let's jump right in.
So let me ask you something straight up. Where are you looking for your next billion-dollar growth opportunity? The obvious answers might be Europe or North America. But what if I told you the real action is somewhere else entirely?
And here's the thing. This isn't some far-off dream. Brazil is already buying hundreds of millions of dollars worth of goods from Bangladesh every single year. So you see, we're not starting from zero here, not even close. This is all about taking something that's already working and turning it into something massive.
Okay, so that's the setup. It begs the question, right? Why Brazil? And really, why now? Let's break down why this isn't just some random chance, but a real strategic moment for both countries. And it really comes down to this. It's a perfect strategic match. On one hand, you have Brazil, this huge, diverse economy that is hungry for reliable, competitively priced goods to power everything from retail to agriculture. And on the other hand, you've got Bangladesh, a global manufacturing powerhouse. You couldn't write a better script for a partnership.
But, we gotta be clear here. When we say Brazil needs imports, what does that actually mean? This is not some race to the bottom for the lowest price. No way! This demand is actually being pushed by some very specific, very predictable forces in their market, creating real, long-term opportunities. And this is the key, right here. It all boils down to these four big drivers. First, sometimes Brazil's own domestic supply just can't keep up, or it's simply too expensive. Second, their giant retailers need absolutely massive volumes with stable pricing, the kind of scale that global partners excel at. Then you've got shifts in what consumers and regulators want, like more sustainable products. And finally, Brazilian companies are getting smart and diversifying their supply chains. You put all that together, and what do you get? A massive, sustainable demand that Bangladeshi businesses are perfectly positioned to meet. All right, so we've nailed down the why. Now, let's get into the really good stuff, the what. What exactly is on Brazil's shopping list? We're going to walk through the top 10 opportunities, and we've grouped them into 3 clusters to make it super clear. First up, and this will be no surprise to anyone, is the textile and apparel powerhouse. This is the area where Bangladesh is a true global champion. This is the foundation, the bread and butter of the current relationship, and honestly, it's the most straightforward way for many businesses to get in the door. Just take a look at this. It's all laid out so clearly. Brazil's enormous retail sector needs consistent quality basics. Think t-shirts, polos, denim. That's a no-brainer. But you got to think bigger. Brazil's huge tourism and hotel industry, they need tons of hotel-grade linens and towels. And of course, their consumers are looking for great value on footwear and all kinds of accessories. Everything on this list is a perfect match for what Bangladesh already does incredibly well.
Okay, but here's where things get really interesting. Let's move beyond the stuff everyone knows about. Cluster 2 is all about the incredible breadth of this opportunity. We're talking about tapping directly into Brazil's industrial and agricultural backbone. This is where those huge, long-term B2B deals are waiting to happen.
And what's so fascinating here is the focus on sustainability and technical needs. Brazil's massive agribusiness sector is hungry for eco-friendly packaging, which opens up a huge market for things like jute bags. Their big infrastructure projects need cost-effective technical materials. So you see, the conversation shifts here. It's not about what's trendy, it's about what works. It's about meeting technical specs and helping Brazil meet its own goals.
And that brings us to our third and final cluster, and honestly, this is the future. This is where we look at high-value products for sure, but also something even bigger, exporting services directly into Brazil's modern consumer market and its booming digital economy.
Wow, okay, so this cluster is packed. You've got pharmaceuticals, where Bangladesh can supply everything from finished generic drugs to the core ingredients. You've got everyday household goods, perfect for Brazil's big retailers, but I want you to pay close attention to that last row, ICT and digital services. This is a total game changer. We're not just talking about shipping physical products anymore. This is about exporting talent, software developers, digital marketers, support teams, straight into Brazil's tech scene.
So yeah, the opportunity is absolutely massive, but the big question is, how do you actually grab a piece of it? Well, in this next section, we're going to shift gears from the what to the how-to, with a clear 4-step strategy to get you into the market.
Think of this as your playbook. It's a disciplined, no-nonsense approach. First up, you got to pick your entry wedge. Don't try to be everything to everyone. Focus on one type of buyer and master their needs. Step 2, get your offer Brazil ready. That means the practical stuff, like Portuguese labeling.
but also having crystal clear quality specs and a solid plan for reorders. Step 3. Find local partners. You can't do this from a distance. Brazil is a relationship-driven market, period. And last but definitely not least, you have to invest in your credibility. Get professional case studies, compliance documents, and certifications ready to go. Show them you're serious.
Okay, so we're nearing the end, and this right here is maybe the most important mindset shift in this whole explainer. Because the real win isn't just shipping a few containers. It's about playing a much, much bigger game.
And honestly, this quote from our source material just nails it. The real prize is moving beyond those one-off opportunistic sales and becoming a structured, repeatable, long-term partner. That's the difference between a one-time win and building a lasting, multi-million, maybe even billion-dollar enterprise.
So let's bring it all home. We've walked through the why, the what, and the how. We've laid out the path from making a sale to building a real strategic partnership. Really, the only question that matters now is the one on your screen. Is your business ready to step up and build that kind of partnership?